Welcome to Exam Heist. Here you will find everything you need to crack your Microsoft certification exams. Our actual exam study material and expert guidance will help you achieve your goal. If you want to get the PDF of these 40 important questions, then comment down share PDF below. You can find the complete PDF of this exam on our website examheist.com. Visit now and start your cloud journey today. Subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you. This video contains the 40 most important questions of the Microsoft PL-900 exam. Note, you should always learn from a certified trainer only. You can find the complete PDF of this video along with our other certification exam dumps on our website examheist.com. You must practice these important exam questions to crack your PL-900 exam. To the questions. Question 1. A company is building apps to support their business operations. The apps will use connectors to access data from several data sources and respond to a number of events generated by components. Which two operations can you use for connectors? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are A and D, that is, actions and triggers. Each connector offers a set of operations classified as actions and triggers. Once you connect to the underlying service, these operations can be easily leveraged within your apps and workflows. Question 2. A coworker is creating an app in Power Apps and needs to automatically synchronize data from an external source. The coworker is unable to locate a suitable Microsoft approved connector template in App Source. You need to recommend a solution for the coworker. What should you recommend? The correct option is A. Create a custom connector. There are 250 plus predefined connectors that you can use in your Power Apps and in your Microsoft flows. If you do not find any that suits your needs, you have the possibility to create a custom connector. Note, a custom connector is a wrapper around a REST API that allows Logic Apps, Microsoft Flow, or Power Apps to communicate with that REST or SOAP API. Question 3. A toy company creates a text classification model in AI Builder to monitor customer feedback for specific keywords. When negative feedback is received for a toy, the company wants to proactively perform engineering reviews for the toy and schedule additional training sessions for workers who produce the toys. What are two possible ways to achieve the goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are A and C, that is, create a Canvas app and build a Power Automate flow. About the options, A. AI Builder comes with a ready-to-use business card reader available in Canvas as well as in model-driven apps. Additional Canvas components to leverage your AI Builder form processing or object detection models, Canvas apps. About option C, use the results from your AI model across Powerplatform to create end-to-end solutions that meet your business needs, even if you have no coding skills. For example, create a flow that automates document processing in Power Automate, or an app created with Power Apps that predicts whether a supplier will be out of compliance. Question 4. A company currently does not separate testing, development, and production as per standard application lifecycle management protocol. The company uses Power Apps for accounting and sales processes. The company needs to use only one login account per user. The company also must prevent development and testing from impacting production. You need to implement a solution to meet the requirements. Which method should you select? The correct option is A. Separate environments. To follow application lifecycle management principles, you shall need separate environments for app development and production. Although you can perform basic ALM with only separate development and production environments, we recommend that you also maintain at least one test environment that is separate from your development and production environments. Question 5. A company is creating a Canvas app to track and analyze customer visits to their retail stores. Data about customer visits is stored on premises at each retail store location. The app must display data about customer visits when users launch the app. You need to ensure that the data is available for consumption by the app. Which tool should you use? The correct option is E. Data Gateway. A data gateway is a tool that allows you to connect to on-premises data sources such as the customer visit data stored at each retail store location. In this scenario, the data gateway acts as a bridge between the on-premises data and the cloud-based Power Platform, allowing the Canvas app to access and display the customer visit data in real time. It is important to note that this is not a definitive answer, and the final decision should be taken after a careful analysis of the company's infrastructure and the data source. Question 6. A large retail company implements Power Apps, Microsoft Flow, and the Common Data Service. The board of directors is asking whether users are finding value in the technology. The company would like to measure and report usage of the software. You need to recommend a tool to determine software usage. What should you recommend? The correct option is C. Power Platform Analytics. The Power Platform Analytics usage report is the default report seen by the logged in environment admin. It provides total app launches and daily active users across all apps in the environment. Admins can filter the view with attributes like device platform, player version, country, state, and city. Question 7. You need to implement Microsoft business applications along with the Microsoft Power Platform. Which three Microsoft products are part of the Power Platform? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are A, C, and E, that is Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. The Power Platform uses Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate to customize, extend, and build all the apps you need for your business and unlock the potential of Office 365 and Dynamics 365. Question 8. You are a customer service manager. You need to implement a Power Apps portal that allows customers to submit cases. Which type of data source is used? The correct option is D. Common Data Service. Power Apps portals the ability to build low-code responsive websites which allow external users to interact with the data stored in the Common Data Service. Question 9. A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The company uses a browser-based app named Sales Hub. You need to ensure that users can access data from mobile devices. Which app should users install? The correct option is D. Dynamics 365 for phones. Use the Dynamics 365 for phones and Dynamics 365 for tablets apps for your sales, customer service, field service, and other tasks when you are on the go. With one download from your App Store, you will automatically have access to all the apps you need for your role. You will see apps with the new unified interface on your mobile devices. Question 10. You need to display sales order greater than a specific threshold in a Power BI report. What should you use? The correct options are A. Filter. Filtering is the best option for displaying a selection of data. Question 11. A company uses Powerplatform. You must ensure that users cannot share customer data with other users. You must also ensure that users cannot connect to data sources unless you grant the user explicit permissions to access a data store. You need to recommend solutions to meet the company's security requirements. Which two types of policies should you recommend? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are C and D, that is, environment level policies and tenant level policies. Question 12. You create a business rule on contact entity to enforce the requirement that users must enter either a telephone number, fax number, or an email when creating a new record. The company decides to remove fax number from the condition. You need to update the business rule. What are two ways of achieving the goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are A and B, that is, save a copy of the rule and change the condition, deactivate and delete the original rule, and deactivate the business rule and change the condition. You cannot change anything without deactivating it first. Question 13. A company is evaluating ways that they can implement AI Builder. For which two scenarios can you use AI Builder? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are D and E, that is, interpret images and perform an action based on the image, and detect patterns in data and predict outcomes. Question 14. Hotspot. You want to create a Power Apps app that allows you to define a custom sitemap. What should you do? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. To the answer area, navigate to the Power Apps portal and create blank. The correct option is a model-driven app. Question 15. Hotspot. You are a retail director for a large clothing company. Each week, you use the corporate YouTube channel to create a video that highlights new initiatives and goals for retail operations. You need to design a Power Apps app that streams the videos to internal users. Which objects should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, the actions provided to us are: implement the Power Apps app. The correct option is canvas. To the next statement, use drag and drop to add a video to the app. The correct option is control. To the next statement, apply consistent company colors to the app. The correct option is theme. Question 16. What is a benefit of deploying Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 apps in the same tenant? The correct option is C. Users can access both Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 by using single sign-on. When your Office 365 and Dynamics 365 are in different tenants, it becomes quite the challenge and inconvenience. A few major issues are as follows. Server-side sync only supports single tenant, single sign-on, need to log into two systems. Question 17. A company plans to use AI Builder to help improve business performance. You need to determine which AI models are available for use. Which three types of models can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are B, C and E, that is prediction, object detection and text classification. Question 18. A company uses Dynamics 365 supply chain management and Dynamics 365 finance. User account data must be synchronized between the two systems. You need to ensure that the synchronized data is stored in one place. What should you use? The correct option is D, Microsoft Dataverse. Question 19. Hotspot. A company plans to use Powerplatform to build apps which address specific business challenges. You need to recommend the appropriate types of Power Apps to use. What should you recommend? To answer, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, scenario. Field technicians need a mobile app to capture the location and the image of defective products. The correct option is Canvas app. To the next statement, sales representatives need to see different views and dashboards in the sales app. The correct option is model-driven app. Question 20. You need to create a Power Automate flow to allow managers to approve or deny vacation requests. Which two flow types should you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Select all answers that apply. The correct options are B and C, that is business process flow and cloud flow. Business process flows can be used to allow managers to approve or deny vacation requests. Cloud flows can be used to allow managers to approve or deny vacation requests. Desktop flows are used for robotic process automation. Flow templates are templates, not real flows. Question 21. Drag drop. A company has locations in multiple regions. The company develops solutions based on Power Apps and Power Automate. You need to recommend features to support the implementation. Which Power Platform features should you recommend? To answer, drag the appropriate features to the correct requirements. Each feature may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The features provided to us are environment, security group, and SharePoint library. To the answer area, requirement. Ensure fastest response times for each company location. The correct option is environment. To the next statement, create test and production copies of the data and apps. The correct option is again environment. Question 22. A company uses Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. The company does not have any developers on its staff. You need to explain to the executives the benefits of using Power Platform apps. What are two benefits? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are B and C, that is, users can create Power Apps to create apps for different departments, and users can use Power Automate to share information between Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 sales. Question 23. Hotspot. A company is evaluating ways to connect Power Platform apps to external services to perform complex activities. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. You can create a Canvas app that scans and parses documents using Azure Cognitive Services and then adds the appropriate information to Dynamics 365 sales. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, you can create a Canvas app that uses Azure Cognitive Services to read incident records and identify tickets that need to be escalated based on sentiment score. The correct option is again yes. Question 24. Hotspot. A company plans to implement Power Platform apps. The company does not plan to use any development tools or plugins. Which actions can you perform? For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true. Otherwise, select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. You can synchronize account information from Dynamics 365 sales with a third-party database. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, you can create invoices from orders and then send the invoices to the customer by using a Power Automate flow. The correct option is again yes. Question 25. You create a Power Virtual Agents chatbot. You need to share the bot with other team members so that they can try out the bot before you share the bot with customers. What should you use? The correct option is A. Demo website. Question 26. Drag drop. A travel company plans to use the Power Platform to create tools that help travel agents book customer travel. You need to recommend solutions for the company. What should you recommend? To answer, drag the appropriate tools to the correct requirements. Each tool may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The tools provided to us are Business Rule, Business Process Flow, Power Automate, Power BI. To the answer area, requirement. If a customer is traveling with a person under the age of 18, a field must display to collect date of birth for the under 18 traveler only. The correct option is Business Rule. To the next statement, ensure that all travel agents use the same process with all customers. The correct option is Business Process Flow. To the last statement, send a confirmation email to customers after reservations are complete. The correct option is Power Automate. Question 27. Drag drop. You need to explain the major components of the common data model and their functions. Match each term to its definition. Instructions. To answer, drag the appropriate term from the column on the left to its definition on the right. Each term may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Each correct match is worth 1 point. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The tools provided to us are entities, data connectors, common data service, common data model, and workflows. To the answer area, purpose. Helps jumpstart application development by leveraging business logic, security, and integrations. The correct option is common data service. To the next statement, a set of records used to store data. The correct option is entities. About the options, box 1. It is to be noted that Common Data Service has been renamed to Dataverse. By using Dataverse, you can jumpstart app development by using the Common Data Model with business logic, security, and integration already built in. About box 2, an entity is a set of records used to store data, similar to how a table stores data within a database. Question 28. Hotspot. A company is evaluating Powerplatform and has questions about the role that Microsoft Dataverse plays in using Power Apps and Power Automate. For each of the following statement, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. Model-driven apps require a Microsoft Dataverse database. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, a flow instance can only access one Microsoft Dataverse database. The correct option is no. To the next statement, Canvas apps require a Microsoft Dataverse database. The correct option is again no. Question 29. You are a sales manager for a large retail organization. You are creating a Power Apps app that will display customer product purchase information from your old point of sale system and need to link those sales to the customer accounts and product sales in Dynamics 365 Commerce. You need to use the appropriate component. What should you use? The correct option is A. Microsoft Dataverse. Question 30. Drag drop. A manufacturing company is evaluating AI Builder. You need to select AI Builder models to address specified requirements. Which model types should you use? To answer, drag the appropriate model types to the correct requirements. Each model type may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The model types provided to us are prediction, form processing, and object detection. To the answer area, requirement. Identify products without labels or serial numbers. The correct option is object detection. To the next statement, identify customers who might not pay their invoices on time. The correct option is A. Prediction. Question 31. A company uses Dynamics 365 Sales. The company uses a browser-based app named Sales Hub. You need to ensure that users can access data from mobile devices. Which app should users install? The correct option is D. Dynamics 365 for phones. Use the Dynamics 365 for phones and Dynamics 365 for tablets app for your sales, customer service, field service, and other tasks when you are on the go. With one download from your app store, you shall automatically have access to all the apps you need for your role. You will see apps with the new unified interface on your mobile device. Question 32. A distribution company has multiple warehouses. Tax rates charged on sales orders need to be calculated based on locality and region. You need to recommend a cost-effective solution that can be implemented quickly. What should you recommend? The correct option is D. Run a Power BI report. Question 33. Hotspot. You are building Power Apps that use both Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft 365. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft 365 must be in the same tenant to allow single sign-on. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, you must download a product from App Source to ensure that SSO works with Dynamics 365 Sales and Microsoft 365. The correct option is no. About the options, box 1, for Microsoft 365 subscribers, the Dynamics 365 Customer Engagement Apps instance must be in the same tenant as your Microsoft 365 subscription. A user account in Active Directory can only sync with one tenant. Question 34. Hotspot. You have version 1.0.0.0 of a published Power Apps app. You create and publish version 2.0.0.0 of the app. A customer goes through the process of restoring the previous versions of the app. How many versions of the app are displayed in the version tab for the app? To answer, select the appropriate option in the answer area. To the answer area, you will see blank versions of the app. The correct option is 3. Provided versions 1.0.0.0 and 2.0.0.0 are both less than 6 months, the version restored by the customer will be saved as version 3.0.0.0, which means there will now be 3 versions. Question 35. Hotspot. An organization plans to create Powerplatform solutions and is evaluating Microsoft Dataverse. Instructions. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, virtual table data is stored in Microsoft Dataverse. The correct option is no. To the next statement, columns are used in forms and views. The correct option is yes. About the options, box 1, a virtual table is definition of a table in the Dataverse platform without the associated physical tables for table instances created in the Dataverse database. Instead, during runtime, when a table instance is required, its state is dynamically retrieved from the associated external systems. About box 2, columns in forms. In the form designer, drag any columns from the columns explorer into the section on the form. Question 36. You are a sales representative. You create a Power BI report to visualize data from a Microsoft Excel workbook. Users need to be able to view and share the report. Which 2 actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are A and D, that is, pin the report to a dashboard and share the dashboard. Question 37. Drag drop. You manage the support team at a rapidly growing company. Customers and support technicians need a better experience when logging and responding to support requests. You need more visibility into what the support technicians are doing every week. You need to recommend tools to help the company's needs. Which tools should you recommend? To answer, drag the appropriate tools to the correct requirements. Each tool may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The tools provided to us are Power Apps Portal, Power Automate, Power BI, and Common Data Service. To the answer area, requirement. Customers must be able to submit support requests by using a website. The correct option is Power Apps Portal. To the next statement, support requests must be created and stored. The correct option is Common Data Service. To the next statement, support technicians must be notified when a new support request is entered. The correct option is Power Automate. To the last statement, support technicians must be able to enter a status report for work completed during the previous week by using a mobile app. The correct option is Power BI. Question 38. Hotspot. A company is evaluating AI Builder. Instructions for each of the following statements. Select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. Pre-built AI Builder models are pre-trained and are ready to interpret business data immediately. The correct option is yes. To the next statement, pre-built AI Builder models exist for both Power Automate and Power Apps. The correct option is yes. Question 39. Hotspot. You create a user-owned custom entity by using Common Data Service. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, statement. You can change the entity ownership from user to organization owned. The correct option is no. To the next statement, you can create a business rule for a custom entity that can be used in a flow. The correct option is yes. About the options, box 1. Common Data Service supports two types of record ownership: organization owned and user or team owned. This is a choice that happens at the time the entity is created and cannot be changed. About box 2, by combining conditions and actions, you can do any of the following with business rules: set field values, clear field values, set field requirement levels, show or hide fields, enable or disable fields, validate data and show error messages, create business recommendations based on business intelligence. Question 40. You have a Power Automate flow that fetches a list of contacts from Microsoft Dataverse. You need to loop through contact collection and perform operations on each record. Which connector should you use? The correct option is B. Control. The control connector has an apply to each action that can be used through collection records. The other connectors cannot be used to loop through collections. The data operation connector contains actions to shape and transform data. The content conversion connector converts HTML to text. Microsoft Dataverse is a Microsoft Powerplatform data source, and it has actions to perform operations on database tables and rows. These were all the questions for this video. You can find the complete PDF of this video on our website examheast.com. If you need our custom cheat sheet to help you with your exam preparation, then please check the link down in the description. Please make sure to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notified about our future videos. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.